I spent 4 years of my life for this degree, and I can't even get a job that pays $14 an hour.
Big time GPA. I've applied to like 500 jobs. Who has a job right now? I literally can't find one.
Can someone explain to me how I have 4 degrees and still can't get a job?
Do you think a college degree is the only door? Today, I'll show you people who live miserably and struggle day by day, even though they hold prestigious college degrees. Let's get into it.
Can someone explain to me how I have 4 degrees and still can't get a job? BA in communication, BA in Spanish, BFA in dance. Get ready for this one. Master's degree in freaking journalism. Mind you, I've gotten laid off not once, not twice, but 3 times in the span of 2 years. So if you're feeling behind, just know you're not alone. Basically, we're all cooked.
I don't think we're all cooked. But I got to ask, did you just pick these degrees because you liked them? I mean, you can literally Google the 10 college majors with the worst job prospects before spending 4 years and a whole lot of money on one.
This job market is so cooked. I have a degree in chemical engineering. Spent 4 years of my life getting this degree, by the way. And I can't get a job anywhere. I've applied to so many different engineering firms. I just cannot get a job. So then I started applying to like places like Walmart and McDonald's, and I've been rejected from all of them. Every single one. I spent 4 years of my life for this degree, and I can't even get a job that pays $14 an hour. And it's not like I don't have like experience in the field, because I worked at Walmart in high school. I worked at McDonald's in high school. I worked at both these places, and I can't find a job still. And I've been trying to tell my parents about it, like, did you walk in and try to apply inside? I was like, what do you think I've been doing? I've literally had to resort to filing class action lawsuits on claimmoney.com to pay my rent. In what world does someone with a college degree need to rely on class action lawsuits to be able to live? I literally don't know what I'd do with that stupid website. I'd literally be in a box on the side of the road with my little degree holding it up to the cars that pass by.
4 years to earn a chemical engineering degree, and now he's applying to Walmart and McDonald's just to get by. It sounds almost funny, but there's a painful reality behind it. And I'm going to show you that throughout this video.
I totally ruined my life. The past year, I spent the whole year unemployed. It's I'm smiling and laughing, but it's not funny. And it's been a whole year since I graduated with my PhD, and I'm embarrassed to say that I got a PhD even half the time, because it feels useless and people are like, what the f? But anyway, I don't really know what's gonna be next for me, but my plan is kind of to target high school teaching jobs back in the Bay Area where I got my PhD. And I don't know, that feels like a useful way to spend my time while I get back on my feet and figure out what I want with my life. I don't know, do you guys think that's a good idea? So I'm trying, and I'm hoping I can get back on my feet.
A PhD, and she's still sitting there wondering what to do next. That's the part that gets me. You can spend years becoming highly qualified and still end up feeling completely stuck when the jobs just aren't there.
I graduated from college May of 2024, so a little over 2 years ago, with a bachelor's degree in data science. And despite having glowing reviews from my internship that I did post-grad from the director of the division that I worked in, I still do not have a full-time job in data science or anything in that general ballpark. And I'm about to go walk in to do a job interview for retail. Feels awesome.
Data science was supposed to be the golden ticket, where companies practically threw 6-figure salaries at you out of the gate. Watching a grad with a legit STEM degree and glowing internship reviews get forced into retail proves the entire entry-level market is completely jammed.
As someone who has a bachelor's degree, an associate degree, a diploma, another diploma, half of a master's degree that I dropped out of because it was the worst thing ever, and I'm currently working on another bachelor's degree, university is a scam. I will be the first person to say that. Don't go to university, college, whatever the hell you want to call it. It is a scam. You don't need a degree, except for things like medicine, law, engineering, arguably, accounting, maybe, finance. You don't need a degree. You don't need one. You will get so much debt, So much debt, and for what? So you can work at a coffee shop because no one hires you anyway!
I don't even know if I'd call university the scam here. What worries me more is spending years getting credentials without ever stopping to ask, what am I going to do with this? Because that question gets very expensive when you're answering it with borrowed money.
I am not at all where I expected myself to be, because my whole life it was all about my academics. I had the full intention of going straight into college, getting a bachelor's degree, and moving into some type of job that paid me really well. I was known as like that student. I did spelling bees, and one thing that I think is really funny is that it's like whenever I explain this to people, like when they see where I am now, they're like, I never expected Caitlin to be there. Back when I worked at the vape shop, if you guys remember that, I had somebody come in who I had gone to all of elementary and middle school with, and he was like, oh, Caitlin? I didn't expect you to be here. And I thought that was really interesting because I was like, yeah, I didn't either. But it let me know like their own interpretation of me. They're like, they expected me to probably be a nurse or something. A lot of things happened in my life once I graduated high school, so much stuff within my personal life. And I did go to college. I went twice. I left, figured some shit out, went back, and both times I figured out that what I wanted, I couldn't figure out if I even needed a degree for it. And then so in the end, I ended up working a lot of server jobs, and now I'm working a retail job. I didn't expect to be here. No, did not.
The sad part is how much of her path seems to have been about making other people happy. College can be a great move, but it makes a lot more sense when the degree actually fits the person paying for it.
We graduated with a physics degree. We got out, we thought the job search would be easy. We'd be able to find a job, I don't know, NASA, the local electric company, something that involves physics, but no, dude. They don't really want you at the bachelor's level.
There's a big misconception out there that if you major in anything STEM related, you're automatically going to have a great job and great career after you graduate. The unfortunate reality is that this is not true at all, and the difficulty of your major does not have a direct correlation with the job market and the quality of life after you graduate. I know people in my life that were STEM majors that could not find a job after they graduated. The issue is that you have these 18-year-olds coming into college and told major in STEM, major in STEM. They pick a STEM major and they don't realize that a lot of these majors require you to go to grad school to get a good paying job. Take biology, for example. Biology, you need to go to grad school to get a good paying job. It's not an undergraduate degree, but no one really tells you that in high school.
I can actually see how this happens. At 18, you hear physics and picture NASA, research labs, all these high-level science jobs. Nobody's standing there explaining, by the way, you're probably going to need another 3 or 4 years of school.
In college, I believed I was competing against the guy sitting next to me in my class, in my math class, programming class. I'm competing with him to get the internship, to get the job fair, whatever, right? But that couldn't be further from the truth, right? You're actually competing against the guy overseas that is willing to take 20% of your salary and work double the amount of hours and have horrible living conditions just to have the opportunity you have. And that's just very hard to compete against, right? Because then you have to drop your standards. Your work ethic has to go up insanely much to where you have no work-life balance. And yeah, that was just a misconception I had. I thought, oh yeah, I gotta be better than the person next to me in my class. And that's really not who you're competing against. You're competing against the global market. People from India, people from Bangladesh that are willing to work 100+ hours a week just to survive.
Yeah, I think that's the part a lot of students don't realize. Being the smartest person in your class feels great, but once you graduate, nobody really cares about your GPA anymore. You have to turn all that knowledge into something useful.
You know what I've realized? Is the $80K that I'm in debt for college, I could have got the 2023 Ford Bronco that I wanted. I don't care what anybody says, a college degree is useless. I said what I said, it's useless. You're telling me that I'm gonna apply to all these jobs, pay a shit ton of money for this piece of paper that's not even gonna work. If I get one more email that says, I'm sorry, we went with another candidate, we will keep you for other job opportunities. No, it's good, dude. It's good. I'm just gonna go back in my bed and cry because I was lied
Okay, I get why she feels like she got screwed here. But if that $80,000 had gone toward the Bronco instead of college, she might have ended up in one of my videos about people drowning in ridiculous car payments.
My degree from UCLA is practically useless to me, and I'm sure you're wondering, Sophia, how come? You just got that thing. And I'll tell you how come. So I graduated from UCLA in June with a bachelor's in psychology, and practically all of my internship and work experience was in marketing, because that's what I thought I was going to do with my life after I graduated college. But then 2 months out of college, I had this sobering realization that that was actually not what I wanted to do with my life anymore. And then of course I was very panicked by that realization, because what was I going to do with my life now, after everything I had done to set myself onto the right track? And so after some soul searching, I found something new. It was an industry that I didn't realize existed until that moment, but it felt like it had everything I was looking for. The problem is, this is not an easy industry to get into, and generally one of the main requirements to even get into it is to have a degree related to that industry. And that I do not have. Yeah, unfortunately, psychology is nowhere near that. I also evidently don't have any relevant work experience. So here I am, a college graduate trying to navigate a career change before their career has even started, and somehow get their foot into the door with no prior education or experience to back me. I'm basically starting from nothing and trying to turn that into something. I could have never anticipated this for myself when I graduated college, but here we are. It's not going to be easy, but I'd rather do it now than years down the line.
But here's the question. How many people spend 4 years and thousands of dollars preparing for a career only to realize after graduation they never actually wanted it in the first place?
Isn't it crazy how I now have a college degree and I'm still out here pushing cards and getting paid the same? This college thing is a scam. A lot of y'all love to call me lazy, but bro, when I got here there was 0 cards. But in only 30 minutes, it's completely full. So I think I deserve a little break and just sit on one of these. By the way, I'm completely joking. This has been full the whole day. Although I just got here, can't wait to clock out because bro, I don't think I'm having a good party today. What do you expect me to do here for 6 hours? Like push cards for 6 hours? Isn't that kind of insane? I could be at home taking a nap for 6 hours. Bro, I have a college degree. I'm gonna just drive these all around. I'm not gonna push a single card today. Bro, although I did have a coffee in the morning, I need energy. I haven't been working so long that my energy is drained. So I think I'm gonna go with the Amber edition. I forgot to record, but I just paid $3.12 for this Red Bull. So to my accountant, tax write-off, right? I just hope that after I drink this, I'll get 2 caffeinated. That makes me want to work extra hard, because when that happens, I tend to want to double. And then throughout my second shift, I'm so tired that I have to get another one. It's an endless cycle. All right, but enough talking to y'all. Let's actually get to work now and push all these cards. I would love to record a POV for y'all, but I'm not sure why my guys are not working. Bro, customer service look for some Pampers, but bro, look at how expensive these things are. $44.97, $28.22, $30.98. Damn. I'm glad I don't have kids, but they wanted this one, which is only $5. The ones that they want, only $5.
He spent years getting a degree, and the grocery store basically said, cool, now get back to pushing carts. Jokes aside, that's a pretty depressing return on all those years of tuition.
I just graduated college and I am completely unemployed with no future job prospects. And I feel like this is such a weird time in my life because no one ever prepared me for it. For so long, like literally when I was in elementary school, people would just be like, oh my God, just get your degree. Get your degree and you're good. Get your degree and you're good, right? So I did that and I'm in debt and I got my degree. And now like I'm applying to every job like imaginable and it's not enough. It's not enough. Every single job wants like 5 years of experience and a master's degree. And it's like, it's gotten to the point where having your undergrad degree literally feels like you just graduated high school. Like, no one wants to hire you. Everyone's like, okay, you need a lot of experience, you need this. And the economy is so bad right now that these like entry-level positions are being filled by people with master's degrees. And so it's like me and like literally most of my friends were completely unemployed. And like, thankfully we have places to go to, right? So we can go back home, right? A lot of people do not have that. A lot of people can't comfortably just go back and live with their parents. And so like, I'm grateful, but it's also extremely frustrating because it's like this lie that we're literally fed since we're kids that like, you just got to get your degree and everything is good is not even real. Like in my head, I'm like, okay, what if I don't want to get a graduate degree? Should I have literally just only finished high school and then just like started looking into like sales or like entrepreneurial positions? Like, why did I even get my undergrad degree if it's not going to benefit me? Why go in so much debt to literally just move home after getting my degree and do nothing, you know? So I don't know what the fuck to do with my life. If you guys have any suggestions of like what you've been doing post-grad, if you're also unemployed, let me know.
The unemployment is bad, but honestly, I think the uncertainty is worse. If you knew, okay, I need 2 years of experience and then I'm in, at least you have a plan. What she's describing is different. She doesn't even know what she's supposed to do next.
I'm a recent Yale graduate, big time GPA. I've applied to like 500 jobs. Who has a job right now? I literally can't find one. You're telling me that as a Yale grad with a great GPA, great student, with an econ major, can only find a job as a bagger at my local grocery store? That's crazy. It's crazy to say because, going to Yale, I was like, I'm going to come out, have a 6-figure job right away. But no, I have a minimum wage job right now, but that's okay. I'm starting off somewhere. And I'm not like struggling by any means. I mean, I had a couple on-campus jobs, so I saved up money from there. I do like a side hustle right now where I claim class action settlements on the app called PayMe. So like I have a little bit of money coming in, but it's not like the full-time job that some of my friends have. But honestly, some of my friends don't have a job either because it's tough for them. It's just like sad and scary at the same time. I think I had all these high expectations and I've applied to like 500 jobs, haven't heard back from one. So now I'm like, all right, man, what do I do? If you have any advice, please let me know in the comments. Like, open to hearing anything. I just need help at this point.
When someone from an elite Ivy League school has to throw their hands up and ask the internet for advice after 500 rejections, you know the corporate hiring machine is completely dead. We've automated resume black holes to the point where actual human potential is just getting tossed straight into the shredder.
My name's Morgan. In 2006, I graduated with a bachelor's degree in women and gender studies. Next year will mark 20 years since I graduated. It's been a long and windy journey, but I've come to the extremely challenging conclusion that my degree was a mistake. I spent 4 years pursuing this degree in earnest. I believed I was doing the right thing at the time. I want to take full responsibility for my decision, but at the same time, acknowledge real issues about what I experienced. The best sense I can make now, the overarching story, is that I was very young and insecure, full of anxiety when I got to college in 1999. I didn't feel power in myself. I was very shy, and I was looking for empowerment for myself, and college is not the place to be looking for that. College should be preparing people to find jobs.
And that's why I think young people need to slow down before choosing a major. Don't just ask what feels meaningful at 18. Ask what's going to give you skills, income, and options 10 years from now.
Anyone else out there get a college degree that didn't translate? It just didn't translate to the real world. You're not working in the field that you studied. And now you just tell no one. I tell no one that I graduated from college. Because it's kind of embarrassing. The few times where it did come up and I told someone that, they're like, what are you doing here? I'm like, I don't know. I'm sorry that I'm here. And also wish I didn't go to school.
That one actually hurts to hear. Spending years getting a degree, then ending up somewhere completely different and feeling embarrassed to even mention it. You can really feel how much regret is behind that.
What is your major and expected salary?
My major is film. My expected salary is to the moon.
My major is bio. It's pretty basic. I want to be an optometrist, so I'm looking at like 100K to like 150K a year.
Computer science, starting salary, let's hope like 80K minimum, hopefully. I want higher, but I've got to be realistic. I don't know.
My major is film. The jobs you can get are vary. You can be a freelancer. You can work for a company. It can go from 50 to maybe 200K a year.
Computer science, I have no clue.
What would you be happy with?
I get like 100,000.
Okay, that's fair.
Major business law, and then my expected salary, I don't know. When I looked up, it said 100,000 a year. That's what it says.
Honestly, it sounds like they don't even know what they should be making. You always hear people in interviews like this say, oh, I want to make $100,000 a year. But have you actually looked up what people in your field are making? Because it doesn't sound like they did.
Tell me why I went to a fashion business school. Here's my degree.
I went to a fashion business school and I cannot even get a job that makes more than $17 an hour. I work for big brands. Like, I have experience working for luxury brands. I have multiple internships under my belt. I'm very smart. I'm very capable. And literally none of these places are hiring. Every single job, especially where I'm applying to in Manhattan, because the fashion capital of the world. I'm like, if I'm going to go anywhere, it's going to be Manhattan. I cannot get a job that pays more than like $17 an hour. Like, am I gonna be poor forever? Like, I'm just like, I can't. And people are like, just keep applying. I'm like, I've been applying every single day doing hundreds of applications. I'm about to call my school up and say that this degree that I spent 4 years trying to get, 4 years, was a waste of money.
I mean, $17 an hour in Manhattan after all that? I'd have some serious questions. Before choosing a major, I want to know what the average graduate actually earns, not what the brochure makes the career look like.
Got an email from the school I graduated from last June saying today's give back day. For all the experience and all the great classes we gave you, now you can donate to the cause. It hasn't even been a full year since I've graduated. In fact, I've actually already donated. It's called tuition. I paid to go to your school.
Not even a year out of college and they're already asking him for more money. Bro, the tuition check must have come with a subscription plan.
And that's your fault thinking that paying $250K for a degree like this is gonna get you hired. And as a stereotypical Asian child, I majored in one of the 4 degrees that my parents knew were gonna be lucrative. And so even though I put myself through college, I was able to pay off my student loan. But Nicole, lucky for you, comms majors do get very lucrative jobs. The problem is a lot of comms majors don't know where to look or think that they're screwed and they take the first job that they get.
So the $250,000 degree isn't exactly an employment vending machine. You still have to know where the good jobs are and actually go after them.
I have to say my biggest life regret is going to college. If I could go back and get those years back that I wasted going to college and all the money I spent putting into that BS, getting a business degree that was supposed to help me when I get out and make more money in the future. If I could go back knowing what I know now, I definitely wouldn't go to college. The whole thing at this point just feels like it was a scam. I feel like I got ripped off. I was told when I was growing up, grade school, middle school, and high school, that you have to go to college if you want to live a decent life. So I wasted all the prime time right after I graduated high school that I could have been working and saving. And I put that into sitting around being bored as hell in business classes in college. In just the time that I was in college up here in the Pacific Northwest, home prices more than doubled. I get out of college and it turns out the job I can get barely pays better than somebody at McDonald's or Walmart these days. So I start working in landscaping and make double what I can make with my stupid degree. Had I started like this in the beginning, my family would be in so much better of a position and we wouldn't feel stuck renting for the rest of our lives.
Making twice as much without using the degree? 4 years of college for that? That's a pretty bad deal.
Young adults will stay in college indefinitely, buying degrees to avoid entering the workforce and then facing potential failure because they're going to fail when they start a new job. And then colleges capitalize on this exact fear. They know that that's what they're afraid of. And so that's when they try to upsell them master's degree programs and graduate degree programs. They promote the idea that an endless pursuit of purchasing paper is noble or even preferable to work. They make it seem like it's more righteous, like it's a higher calling to just sit there and produce nothing except for your own debt. Even if it means that you're accumulating directionless debt that has no function for your life. The loan system facilitates them doing this, and as long as they're continually taking out loans, exactly like you said, they'll continue to loan to them and they won't have to pay. So it's a pretty slippery slope. People just realize all of a sudden they end up at the bottom and they're in so much student debt they don't know what to do about it.
No job? Get another degree. Still no job? Get another one. Suddenly you're 30 with 5 credentials and no clear career. So I want to know, where do you draw the line? 1 degree? 2? 5? Tell me in the comments. I want to see what people think.
Today, I'm graduating from Columbia University with a degree in film.
What kind of job can you get when you graduate?
The same type of jobs you could get before you get a degree in film. You could produce, you could direct, you could PA, you could be a writer, you could profess. I want to be a showrunner. A TV showrunner is typically the executive producer / head writer of a series.
How much could you make in this field?
I don't know, like couple 100,000 millions. I don't. Yeah, if you're a showrunner, but it's like very few get to be showrunner. You know.
You know what? Tuition to get a degree there is now over $70,000 a year. Yet he doesn't even seem confident that he'll get a job in his major. If it were you, would you choose what you're good at or what you love? Let me know in the comments.
I am the perfect example of someone who went to college, got their degree, and never used it. So I have a bachelor's degree. My major was psychology and I minored in education. And my plan was to be a school psychologist. I realized that most of these people hate their job. I was originally an art major, but of course there was no way that I was going to make money that way. So I did change my major to psychology. After I graduated, I still had the artistic itch and I actually tried doing paint and sips for a while. I'm 25 now and still do not have a career. It's just so crazy to me that I made a decision straight out of high school to choose a career for the rest of my life by getting this degree, when in reality, at that time in my life, I really would have no idea what I want to do.
I bet a lot of people watching this are in the same position. You pick something because it sounds practical, spend years studying it, and then realize you don't actually want that career. That's why I'd spend more time figuring yourself out first.
How much do you think the average American makes a year?
I'm gonna say like 200. No, not 200. Like 130.
130K? Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Agree? How much do you think the average American makes a year?
Maybe like 100K.
Okay.
Maybe like 80K.
All right. How much do you think the average American makes a year?
Like 400K.
All right. So like a little under 500K, a little under half a mil?
Yeah.
This keeps happening. People never actually find out what others in the field are really making. They just go off some inflated number they expect to make.
What are you studying?
I am studying creative writing.
Going to a private institution for a degree that typically does not have the best return on investment.
But I have a passion for this kind of writing.
But is the degree required? What are you studying?
Graphic communications. It's a super basic art degree.
Okay, so unemployment. Got it. We built up $75,000 of student loan debt. Say the degree one more time.
I study Shakespeare.
Okay, Shakespeare. Lovely guy. What are you going to do with that?
Well, that's such a complicated question.
Oh, no.
This is where you just have to say, we come from different worlds. You're not going to understand this.
What do you mean?
You won't understand like the precarity and why it's really all right.
What do you mean though?
Like your reaction there was like, oh,
I studied music composition in college. I was in the College of Arts School of Music, but I asked the job and you didn't know what to say.
So I have a lot of experience working at writing centers. Okay. So I could be, that, there's availability for those kinds of jobs. Mm-hmm. I also, something I really enjoy is like working with people who are like applying to college.
Notice how nobody in this clip has a clear answer about employability, yet they're sitting on massive piles of debt. In creative fields, nobody cares about your Shakespeare seminar if you can't show them actual client work.
Top 7 degrees with the highest unemployment rate. Starting at number 7, we got computer science at 6.1%. A lot of companies scaled back entry-level hiring to focus on AI, and nowadays companies want entry-level people to have the skills of a senior while getting paid the salary of an intern. It's crazy. Number 6 is sociology at 6.7%. This one isn't really a surprise because if you don't have a specialty with this major, the market just doesn't favor you. Number 5 is fine arts at 7%. The bar to stand out in this major is pretty high, and unless you somehow blow up online, a lot of gigs just don't pay out well. Number 4 is graphic design at 7.2%. There are a lot of AI design tools out there, so the bar to enter into this field has lowered, and anytime there's new AI tools, companies think at least that they need less human labor. Number 3 is computer engineering at 7.5%. They're in a similar boat to the people in computer science. The tech job market just sucks right now. But trust, it will get better. Number 2 is physics at 7.8%, and this is one of the hardest majors out there with so much math. But outside of academia or research labs, right now there isn't really much placement. Number 1, and I don't think this is a surprise to most people because I think it's been pretty high up there. Coming in at 9.4%, we got anthropology.
7 majors on a list, and suddenly everyone tells you what not to study. I think it is worth slowing down a bit and thinking about how you are actually going to use those degrees.
What's your biggest regret from all of college?
My biggest regret is probably majoring in kinesiology and then figuring out my last semester that I don't want to do anything in healthcare because I do not like it.
Are you graduating with a kinesiology major?
Correct.
You already know you don't want to do your degree?
Yeah, and I finished out this last semester. I just had 3 hours left of my degree. I just had to finish it out.
You're just going to accept it?
Yep, but I figured out this last semester that I don't like healthcare. But like, what am I going to do? Ditch my kinesiology degree like 3 hours before I finish? No.
Not taking my freshman year more serious.
What were you doing freshman year?
Partying every day.
Every day?
Almost every day.
Like Tuesdays?
Sometimes. A lot of Wednesdays.
Not knowing exactly what I wanted. Now I want a nursing degree, so right after this, I'm going to have to get an accelerated nursing Bachelor of Science, which is going to take me another year. So I'm not actually done.
You have more school?
Yes.
One person spent 4 years partying away their GPA, and the other finished a healthcare degree they'll never use. At the end of the day, both are walking away realizing they just paid massive tuition bills strictly to figure out what they didn't want to do. Isn't that wild? Make sure to like and share this video.
How is physics considered a useless college degree? A third of people who get a physics degree do not end up getting a job that requires a college degree. What can you do with a physics degree? A lot of people say software engineering, computer science, or computer programming is a popular answer. Chuck it in the bin. This person makes a great point that can be applied to so many bad degrees out there. Physics won't lead you to a job the same way accounting or nursing will. It doesn't set you on a track except academia. Physics is a bad choice for an undergraduate degree unless you have your heart set on the academic career path. One of our biggest rules here is if all you can do with a degree is teach that degree in college, it's a bad degree.
I get the ROI argument, but there's a bigger picture here. Some of the things that move society forward aren't designed to make you money immediately. Basic science is a perfect example. You don't always see the payoff when the research begins.
I'm a senior studying mechanical engineering at Georgia Tech, but I've realized that I really don't like my major. I mean, like, I'm almost at the end of the road, so I feel like I'm just gonna thug it out, but I can't imagine myself doing this for the rest of my life. Like, I just chose mechanical engineering because I thought I was decent at physics and math in high school, but I don't know. Like, everything just seems so bleak. Like, I go to school, but like, it's so hard because there's people around me who are extremely passionate. They're all in these clubs, these rocketry or I don't know, like clubs where they make a car. But like for me, it's just like I just want to get through it, man. I really hate it. I hate almost everything about college. Like, but I don't know.
This is exactly why picking a major based on what you're good at can backfire. Being good at something and actually wanting to do it for the next 30 years are two completely different questions.
And if there's one thing I'm gonna do, it's working! It's always making work! I can't have a life!
So, what do you guys think? Is college still worth the price, or has the whole game changed? Drop your take in the comments. And if this video made you think twice about that degree, hit like, share it with someone who needs to see this, and I'll catch you in the next one.